Hey everybody, it's Pastor Vern with your daily update for November 23rd. It's a Monday, 2020. It's Thanksgiving week, isn't it? It certainly is. And we should be thankful for all that has brought us to this point, even the difficult things. Um, we have gratitude to God for carrying us this far. As we going to have another week here before we start with Advent. Advent will start this coming Sunday, be the beginning of the new Christian year, and we're going to be doing a. I'm going to do a series of sermons based on a Bible study that is something I had hoped to have got accomplished this year, but because of the current COVID situation, we're not going to do that study in person the way that we had thought we'd be able to. And so, if you would like a copy of the study so that you can follow along with the sermons, it's not going to go directly with the sermons, but it will have a lot of the same information. Also, it's not going to go necessarily in order the study is in. The first week, we're going to talk about angels, even though they're the last one in the study. It's just the way it's kind of worked out for my planning for Advent. Send me your email address uh, somehow and let me know. Send me an email or send it through Messenger, and I will send you a download of the study. I bought it this year in a download form because I was trying to decide or try to figure out how we were going to have a study at all. And I thought if I bought it in a download, I could either print it out or email it out to folks, or and if we couldn't meet in person, at least I could email that out without having the costs of printing and the costs of mail and all that kind of stuff. If you don't have email and you would like a copy of it, we might be able to work something out. If you send us our address, we maybe be able to print a few of them out and send them that way also. But I think probably if you're watching this, you're probably okay with computerized things. So what we're going to do this week, because we're going to start Advent the next week, is we are going to just have some more kind of random fun stuff from the Bible this week. That's still background for Jesus's time or the time of the Old Testament, and just have some fun with this until we get started with our Advent activities. Also, at this point, Belgrade and Cedar will worship on the 29th. Fullerton and St. Ed are going to not have in-person worship that week. It is my hope and desire and my prayer that we will all be back in our churches on December 6th. And the caveat to that is I am willing to come and do worship. I think just depends a little bit on what the governor and the health department say by this weekend. But I want you to really judge for yourself whether you want to have in-person worship, if you want to come to in-person worship. I have taken the attitude when it comes to in-person worship that where two or more are gathered, so there is God and there is love, and we're going to continue with that unless something changes our mind, like a mandate from the governor, or if for some reason I'm not able to be there. Okay, well, let's move on. That's enough of that for now. We're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some couple days here. We're going to talk about some phrases from the Bible that we picked up. Now, our language is really highly influenced by the Scriptures. A lot of the expressions we use, a lot of the different, even some of the different ways that we address each other is influenced by the Bible. The most widely read book in the world. And so we're just going to kind of explore a couple of them. This one, today we're going to talk about, you've heard this saying, flesh and blood. And, oftentimes we use this as that I would say that my son may be my own flesh and blood, right? Well, that's not really the way it comes out in the Bible. Actually, in the Bible, it occurs about 5 times, and usually in its original Greek form, which literally means flesh and blood. It's used in the New Testament, and it means human nature, man's physical nature, man's sinful nature, man's finite nature. It describes us as being those who are of this earth, right? Flesh and blood. We're not angels. We're not saints yet in the way that we think about the saints in heaven. We're not. Certainly not divine creatures, even though we are made in a divine image of God. And so, really, if you say it's your own flesh and blood, that doesn't really get to the context of what comes out in the scriptures. But still, it's okay. It's the way we understand it, but it is a term that comes from the scriptures that talks about the nature of being a human, being part of mankind, humankind, however you want to describe it. So it's kind of one of those things, one of them phrases that we use frequently that has biblical basis, but it is not used quite in the biblical form in our regular language. Okay, well, that's good. We're going to move on to some more the rest of the week. Watch out for yourselves. Take care of others the best you can, and stay safe. We'll talk to you later.